Alrighty, everybody. So, here we go. Yeah. Pokemon FireRed. Eventually, I'll play Leaf Green. Ooh, these games were not meant to be blown up to this, like, resolution. So, just to address a few things first, I originally had this game when it came out. I lost the fucking cartridge with someone. Sorry, just reading something on Discord real quick. I had a physical copy of this game when I was a kid. I got it when it came out in 2004. And I beat it originally. But, anyways, so, I'm just gonna ignore what's on Discord. Yeah, and, I lost the cartridge when someone stole it from my other fucking Pokemon games, my DS games. The other Pokemon games were DS games. When I was at my college dorm, and the door was unlocked, so someone went in and just stole a few things. They also stole one of my Wii controllers, Wiimotes for some reason, and also, I'm just doing this so it doesn't go back to the thing. Oh, fuck. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my, for some reason, my copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Yeah. So that was the thing, and, stupid me, I did not go and, I did not go to the security, because I was just, like, disheartened and whatever the fuck, but yeah. I really should have. But anyways, so, yeah, I do have a physical copy of this game because I bought it on eBay last year for way too much money. But here we are with the Switch release of the game. So, yeah. I bought it, knew what was going on with the game, so I'm fine with it. I do wish it was $10 instead of $20, but I'm still fine with it, you know, for the most part, so, yeah. Yeah, they really should have upscaled the resolution, because I can read this text on this screen, but, damn, it's easier to read this text on, my Elgato software, which is on a slightly smaller, like, screen while recording this. than it is to read it on the monitor in front of me. Huh. I did not realize this until now. They put a drop shadow under the text, but, the drop shadow is also pixels. They're just gray, very light gray pixels. Oh, I think that's why the text isn't legible enough on a bigger screen. The text is, like, gray. It is a slightly darker than average gray, instead of black. That, I think, is why. Although, granted, someone pointed this out on Twitter, where apparently on the Switch, they don't use the right color palette for these games, so maybe that's also why. Like, I believe the colors are, like, shifted from what they should be. I think that they're a lighter shade of the colors. Really wish I could adjust the text speed before playing this game, because Jesus Christ, why do they have the text speed is this slow by default? All right. You know what? Old school. Interesting. Green, even though he's canonically blue. Kaz and Toru. What's a good name to give him? I cannot remember the name I gave him, because, like, after I did the first playthrough, I transferred all the Pokemon to, I think, either Diamond or Platinum. So I started a new playthrough, and I can't remember what I named the rival in the second playthrough that I started. I didn't even get to finish that playthrough before my cartridge was stolen. So yeah, that was 12 years ago. Actually, no. Either 10 or 11 years ago. Sorry, just 1 second. All right. Oh yeah, and back in the day, if you had a GameCube and you had a Game Boy Advance, or just Game Boy Advance player, you could play this on TV. Luckily, this is higher resolution, I think. I'm assuming this gets upscaled to 1080p or close enough. But yeah, they should have done like pixel scaling or something like that. At the same time, I'm glad it doesn't stretch to widescreen automatically. Yeah, option. Okay, let's do stereo. Why is the sound on mono? Just by default. Yeah, let's do that. And it's saved. Yep. Good. Wait. Oh yeah, right. So this came out after Ruby and Sapphire, but before Emerald. So I remember this was actually a thing that I noticed every time, is they added an animation for the character going up and down the stairs when you do. That's a reference to Stand By Me. And just so you guys know, I did start it up on the Switch 2 when it wasn't in the dock, and I don't think that this game looks too great. Unfortunately. When blown up past like the original like resolution of the GBA or DS. I believe I have the soundtrack to these games. Because I bought the CDs when in Japan. Oh wait, I think I'm supposed to go out... here. Yeah, up until now I have never noticed the drop shadow on the text. I think that also probably makes the text a little less legible. than it would be if you were to just leave the text alone without and not add the drop shadow. What should I name Charmander? I was gonna do Greg. Nah. There we go. I do still really like the pixel art. Music is still really good. Okay, when it's in battle and the background is blue, like it is, the navy blue, the drop shadow makes sense to add. It's for legibility. And like before they did this release, I was planning on getting a GameCube with a GBA player to record a Let's Play of this, and also one of the HDMI adapters for GameCube that you can get. But then I saw this release, and I'm just like, actually, that it makes more sense to That is so weird that you don't get the Pokédex before you leave. But yeah, and I was gonna do that for the other GBA games as well, but I assume they're gonna release them on yeah, I assume they're gonna release them on Switch now. Either later this year or sometime next year. That would make the most sense to me. Oh, I have a female Charmander. Huh. I didn't even notice. Alright then. I swear, like, this melody has been used somewhere else. I can't place it, though. Wild Rattata. I do kind of wish this... I know I said differently earlier, but, like, I do kind of wish that the game was, like, expanded out to widescreen naturally, like they opened up the frames. Granted, it wouldn't always work, because a lot of the screens, at least inside buildings, are formatted, or, like, framed or whatever for a 4x3. But yeah. I also never noticed the text is like blue. Hold on. Yeah. Huh. How much money do I have? 3,000? Right, I have to take Oak's parcel to him. It has been a long time since I've played anything Gen 1 related outside of, Let's Go. And I mean, like, OG. OG Gen 1. Don't bother going around to his place? Okay. So I will. I know you get the running shoes, but I just don't know when. Pidgey, why not? I gotta defeat Brock, visit Professor... Defeat the first gym leader, Brock, in Pewter City. After this, head east to Route 3. After entering Route 3 for the first time, you'll... Okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was your mom who gave you the running shoes. That's probably one of the other games. Either way, it's dumb that you have to wait that long. Let's get... You know what? Interesting, so it is an actual stereo mix of the song. I haven't really been paying attention to the music as much through my headphones. Oh. I didn't go far enough. That guy... and the way that they changed it in the English version at the very least, if you go far enough, he's just lying in the middle of the path, blocking you from going farther. And in the Japanese version of the game, it's because he's drunk. Maybe some other language versions as well. I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah. So that's why he said, now I've had my coffee. But yeah, in the English version, I think it's just because he's really tired instead of hungover. Let's see. That's the Lady Elite 4. Okay. It is funny because I just played through Let's Go Eevee, so which I do think FireRed is the better experience if you want to experience Gen 1. Oh, so I guess it was in earlier generations that, they could break out of Pokeballs just on the third shake. Did they water that down in later generations? Until, like, the Switch era? Oh, that ain't good. Good thing I have more than one potion. Damn. Not great. Great. Accuracy's down enough, but this is gonna give me fucking migraine. Just 144. Alright. So let me go to the Pokemon Center. I am very surprised that they didn't put also the original versions of the Gen 1 and 2 games on the Switch. Because, like, you'd think that they would. Or you'd think that they would. How much money do I have? 224. Which, by the way, Pokédollars is based on yen, so that's more of like $2.24. Oh, granted. The yen has always been, I think, weaker than the dollar. The US dollar. Oh yeah, right. This is in the older gens before they, before they added getting, experience points. Oh, I don't have any potions anymore. Great. But yeah, I don't know why that wasn't a thing from the start where you still gained XP from, catching Pokemon, and why that took so long to be added as a mechanic. Or a feature. Yeah, I gotta train up my Pokemons. Also, the fact that, like, running shoes weren't a thing in Pokemon until Gen 2, and it took the Gen 1 remakes for them to be added into these games. Most Pokemon I don't usually give nicknames to, so... I never did it as a kid. I don't really do it now, as an adult, so... I don't really care. Yeah, just healing up the ones that, I just got. Also, yeah, this was several generations before they added EXP share. That was in Gen 6. Alright, so... I'm assuming I caught everything that I need to from this route. Yeah. I honestly think that they could have probably added that to this game. The EXP share. As it works from Gen 6 on. It's the first gym. Don't feel confident taking it on right now. Oh. Can't even take it on anyways. Oh, I thought that... Okay, this isn't even Pewter City, you know? Now that I think about it. Oh, yeah, right, Giovanni. Goddamn. Good thing I at least played Let's Go EV months before playing this, so... Gets my Pokemon to a decent level. So yeah, the older games require a lot of grinding. At least early on. Let me, do this. Let me heal up my Charmander. So yeah, this came out in 2004. I was 8. These weren't the first Pokemon games that I played, obviously, but I think that would be Gen 3 is where I played through a Pokemon game all the way through. But yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to remember what's good against rock Pokemon. What's good against rock Pokemon is water, grass, I'm pretty sure flying. I know fighting type as well. Right, the EXP is like shared between the two, I think. Or split in half. And there is an EXP share in this game, it just works differently than later gens, because they revamped it. Aren't wind attacks good against rock types? I can't remember. Oh yeah, as a kid, I think I've said this before, I was always one of those kids that just didn't give a shit to, like, level up any Pokemon besides your starter. Because I would always catch Pokemon, yeah, I would always catch Pokemon that, that would, be, like, higher level than the ones I had in my party, and I'd basically catch Pokemon, to just fill out my party to make sure that I could, or that I had, like, more than one Pokemon in it. And I would only catch my favorites. I didn't really give a shit to do, like, a living dex or whatever back then. Also, because this is before, I think Gen 6 is when they modified it as well, the shiny odds are double from what they are currently. And I don't even think there's a shiny charm in this game, either. And also, the Masuda method isn't a thing yet. That wasn't a thing until Gen 4. You can trade with other language Pokemon games, I believe. But breeding with a Japanese Ditto won't, like, increase your chances of getting a shiny. Unfortunately. And that sucks, but that's just how it was back then. 2004. Ooh, Caterpie. Why did it take so long to encounter one? I do plan on rewatching at least the first arc of the anime, the Indigo League, and doing a video on it, because it is the 30th anniversary of the franchise. I think also the anime premiered in '96 in Japan, so... Maybe? Maybe it was '97? But yeah... Okay, it's almost time to call it apart. Ooh, wheel. Okay, then. She excused. Okay, ball. I think I've caught all the Pokemon I can in this particular section of the map. Well, okay guys, I'm gonna pause here and continue in the next one.